If a man replaces his fingers with another body part, how's he gonna play Earthworm Jim this week?
On Geek Vs Girlfriend.
Round one, fight. Thank you for joining us for this week's Geek vs. Girlfriend, the segment that pits me, the geek, against her, the girlfriend, in a battle of wits, strength,
and mostly guessing.
It is all guessing. We ask each other random shit like video games, movies, comics, while she asks me other random shit dealing with gossip and just strange, bizarre news. And last week on Geek vs. Girlfriend, I asked you who this was. Do you remember what you said?
No, I really don't this week. What did I say?
You said that this character from the Genesis and Super Nintendo era, his name, which would also be the video game's name, is Shrink. And I am happy to report that you were dead wrong. It is not Shrink. It is, in fact, I told you to concentrate on that head, and you came up with a lot of strange things dealing with his head, but he is, in fact, an Earthworm. This is, and the game is called Earthworm Jim. Came out on the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. It was a side-scrolling platformer. Came out in 1994, and it was considered the best game of the year by EGM magazine. It was so good, in fact, they released 4 other games, all known for their humor and art style. Well, what can I say?
I guess I'll never forget another Earthworm ever.
Nope, it was not Shrink, and it was not Peahead or Thin Face.
Okay, I'm just saying. He had a tiny head, and I don't know much about earthworms, but now I do.
Yes.
I know that they make video games.
So you were dead wrong. You are going to have to take that shot this evening, this morning, whenever you're watching it. That's when she's taking it. When I give you the next thing, it is going to be a comic book series that I have talked about on numerous occasions.
That helps.
And before I even give the image, it's actually been on our table since day one. So I'm going to ask you what this comic book series is about, and that is what you're going to have to tell me.
Oh, man.
Are you ready?
This is hot today.
Tell me, what is this series right here all about?
All about. Okay. Woo! It's about a preacher who's crazy, I'm guessing, and maybe leads people into the church and almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? Betrays them, lures them in, and I can't even think with this. Okay, this preacher brings them into church and almost like converts them to a crazy religion, and he's like some cult leader. And that's what I'm going with, because there's a church burning.
Yes. So are you locking that in?
Yeah.
Locking that in. Come back next week to see if Preacher is about a crazy man who lures people into his church and into his religion to brainwash them.
Yes.
That is it for Geek vs. Girlfriend. What time is it now?
It's time for Girlfriend vs. Geek.
Round two, fight.
Last week, I asked you what a man replaced his fingers with. And you said
the only logical answer could be his toes. Now, explain it, but how that helps him with rolls or why on earth he would do that, you're going to have to let me know if I was correct.
Okay, you are correct that it is toes. Basically, this man has always wanted to be an actor. When he was 11, he had surgery because he had a disease, I think called Poland disease, where you have webbed fingers and toes and things like that. So his toes were not webbed, so he had them replaced with his fingers. And now, 28 years old, he is starring in a Beauty and the Beast. A young people's Beauty and the Beast is what they called it.
But where?
This is in England.
So it's on stage?
I believe it's on stage.
So what you're telling me is that really paid off.
Yes. And he said, "This is the first time I have played in a role in which my condition is a vital part of the script." So he's feeling like he can use his issue to his advantage.
I think he's missing the point of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It's not about
I don't know.
A mutated monster. It's about literally a man who's turned into a beast because...
Yes. A mutated monster?
Anyway, okay.
Anyway, so you got it right this week.
So he has fingers for toes?
Toes. No, he has no...
He has no toes.
On...
Oh, so it's like he's walking on hooves. So it is kind of like...
Yeah. Yeah, I could get that.
So I was right and I don't have to take the shot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Lucky you.
Thank
it won't be so good next
the
week.
universe. Okay, so what do we got this week?
Okay, so this week, I'm back with a vengeance. A man coming from the United States to Canada was caught smuggling this wrapped around his legs. What was it? From the U.S. to Canada.
My first reaction would be marijuana. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's it, because I don't think that's
an issue
worthy
in Canada.
of this segment.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go with he is kind of like one little, like, no. Is it...
I'm going to tell you that it's not drugs of any sort.
I didn't think it was drugs. I'm just trying to figure out... I'm trying to decide if it's a living thing.
I'm going to give you a hint and say yes, it was alive.
Okay. Then I'm just going to do that because that was my first thought after... It was actually before marijuana. My first thought was a snake of some kind.
Okay.
Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But that was my first thought, and that kind of focused me in. This man is going from the United States to Canada, smuggling a snake of some kind wrapped around his legs. Final answer, locking it in.
Come back next week to see if he was right, or if I was right, or if we were both dead wrong. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Vine, and Twitter.
So get that conversation going in the comments below, and we will get back to each and every one of you. So give us those thumbs up and subscribe. But until next time,
stay geeked up.
And always hug a xenomorph.
Always.
No matter what the cost.